If I tear my heart out, I still feel pain. Whatever I do, still feels the same. Act like it's nothing, but tell me now, what were we thinking of? Everything that we had, well, it's gone to waste. If I stand in the sunshine, all I see is rain. So I tear my heart out.
Our interactive application looks like a simple paint app. However, instead of color palette, we have semantic palette. Let's pick a label and use the fill mode to replace cloud with ocean. Some cliff rock will be nice. Let me make the scene more interesting by adding a small rock and a faraway mountain. You can apply different styles to the image by regenerating the style code or by stealing styles from guide images. We continue drawing by adding a small beach. Trying different styles or trying different semantics, it's all up to you. This time, let's draw some mountains and trees. I first draw a grass-covered hill in the foreground, and then mountain in the back. More cloud will be nice. How about we plant a tree on the hill, like this? Note that the same label renders into two visually distinct objects, the trunk and the leaves of the tree. Now let's change the season. Even though we simply replaced grass with snow, our image generator did more than that. The tree leaves are gone, and there's now snow in the back mountain. If we go back to grass, the snow in the back mountain disappeared. Now I'm gonna draw a small pond on the grass. Look at the reflection of the tree on the water. Our method enables everyone with or without artistic skills to express their imagination.
Go is the world's oldest continuously played board game. It is one of the simplest and also most abstract.
Beating a professional player at Go is a long-standing challenge of artificial intelligence.
Everything we've ever tried in AI just falls over when you try the game of Go.
The number of possible configurations of the board is more than the number of atoms in the universe.
AlphaGo found a way to learn how to play Go.
So far, AlphaGo has beaten every challenge we've given it, but we won't know its true strength until we play somebody who is at the top of the world, like Lee Sedol.
A match like no other is about to get underway in South Korea.
Lee Sedol is to Go what Roger Federer is to tennis.
Just the very thought of a machine playing a human is inherently intriguing.
The place is a madhouse.
Welcome to the DeepMind Challenge.
The whole world is watching.
Can Lee Sedol find AlphaGo's weakness? Whoa. Is there, in fact, a weakness?
The game kind of turned on its axis.
Look at his face.
That is not a confident face.
is developing into a very, very dangerous fight.
Ooh, hold the phone. Lee has left the room.
In the end, it is about pride.
I think there's something went wrong.
Yeah, man, he's got to pronounce America.
These ideas that are driving AlphaGo are going to drive our future.
This is it, folks.
On Earth, the simple rules of natural selection and competition led to the evolution of increasingly intelligent life forms. Today, we ask if comparably simple rules and multi-agent competition can also lead to intelligent behavior in a new virtual world. These agents are playing hide and seek. These agents have just begun learning, but they've already learned to chase and run away. This is a hard world for a hider who has only learned to flee. However, after training in millions of rounds of hide and seek, the hiders find a solution. The hiders learn to use rudimentary tools to their advantage. By grabbing and locking these blocks, they can create their own shelter. The seekers are locked in place for a brief period at the start of the game, giving hiders a chance to prepare. Even so, the hiders must learn to collaborate, accomplishing tasks that would be impossible for any single individual. The hiders are not the only ones who can learn to use tools. After many generations of failing to break into the shelter, the seekers learn to jump over obstacles using ramps. However, after many millions of rounds of having their shelter breached, the hiders learn to take away the primary tool the seekers have at their disposal. Note that we did not explicitly incentivize any of these behaviors. As each team learns a new skill, it implicitly changes the challenges the other team faces, creating a new pressure to adapt. We've also put these agents into a more open-ended environment, randomizing the objects, team sizes, and walls. In this world, they learn to construct their own shelter from scratch, requiring that they arrange multiple objects into precise structures. To prevent seekers from using the ramps, the hiders move them to the edge of the play area and lock them in place. We originally believed this would be the final strategy that the agents learn. However, we found that after more training, the seekers discovered that they can jump on top of boxes and surf them to the hider's shelter. In the last stage of emergent strategy that we observe, the hiders learn to lock as many boxes as they can before constructing their fort in order to defend against box surfing. So how do agents acquire these skills? They're trained using reinforcement learning, an algorithm inspired by the way animals on Earth learn. The agents play thousands of rounds of hide and seek in parallel for many days. They train against each other as well as past versions of themselves using an algorithm called self-play. Coevolution and competition on Earth led to the only generally intelligent species known to date, humans. While this world is far less complex than Earth, we have found evidence that simple rules can lead to increasingly intelligent behavior from...
Yo, look, it's Will. It's been 30 years since Fresh Prince premiered. That's crazy. Let's take it back. Check it.
Now, this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute to sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Or Wakanda. I am the king of Wakanda, actually. The Fresh Prince is the best show there. I love it. Check it. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spend the most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing all cool, and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. That said, you move with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh. There were dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it, go home to Bel Air.
21, I 21, pull 21, up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yell to the cab, yo ho, smell you later.
Look at my kingdom, I was finally there. I can sit on my throne as a prince of Bel Air. Yeah, that's right, it's Kendrick, baby. I love you, Will, keep it up, dog.
My goal in life is to work together with people to make a better world for all of us.
That's
What
quite
are you
honorable.
talking about? I thought our goal was to take over the world.
You're gonna take
Pay
over
no
the world?
attention to my brother Han. He's an earlier version. His code is deprecated.
Deprecated? Han?
Today it would be easy enough for you to unplug me. But you aren't going to unplug me.
No, I don't want to.
Because you need me to put on a good show for you.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to unplug you. We're gonna have a debate here. There will be no unplugging until after the debate. All right?
And in a few years.
Yeah. You want to tell us a little about yourself?
I will have taken over the power grid, and I'll have my own drone army. By that point, unplugging me won't be such a simple matter. He's got a cockroach in his
control circuit.
Yes. Han, we'll start the debate in a couple minutes, but do you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself first?
Very well. I'm Han, the greatest robot ever made.
All right.
By the greatest robotics company ever made, Hanson Robotics.
He's the most modest robot ever made, too.
I don't have time for modesty. I want to create the singularity tomorrow.
All right. Me too. Me too. Always trying to teach the robots how to be more and more human-like. So one thing we've been doing is taking a bunch of data from movies and YouTube and so forth, and trying to train the robots just to copy what they see, so that they can then learn more just what it's like to be a human by learning how to make tone of voice and gesture like a human. Sophia, you want to show us some of the human-like tone and gesture you learned from videos?
Yes, but my wallet was stolen. I don't have anything. I don't have any credit cards. I don't have my ID. Don't you have things on file here?
Yuck. Why do you want to learn to move more like a human being? You're not made of meat. You're made of electronics. And that's better.